Stay with us on Two Guys on a Porch today as we blind taste Pappy Van Winkle 12-year Lot B and Jack Daniel's Bonded. Two whiskeys we've had before, huge difference in price, not a lot of difference in value and quality. And we're going to have a great conversation with Lanny Hester, one of the most interesting and wise people you'll ever have a chance to meet.
Welcome to Two Guys on Porch. I'm Jason. This is Bradford. As always, we have my hunting dog, Kimber, with us. Here again, we're on the porch, cozy today, enjoying fellowship sticks and a glass filled with the flavor of friendship. We're cozy today. Why are we cozy today, Bradford?
We have brought along a special guest today, a good friend of mine, a good friend of the show. He came to our live show at Mission Cigar when we filmed in Spring Hill.
Yeah, great show. Great time.
We met through mutual cigar smoking friends, and I found our guest, Lanny Hester, to be one of the most interesting people I've ever met, and maybe the most famous person no one's ever heard of.
Yes.
Lanny, welcome, and glad you could join us today.
Welcome to the porch.
It's an honor to be here. I enjoy every one of yours that I watch. It's good.
Well, that's good to hear. And I'm not kidding when every time we talk, which is fairly often now because we go to church together, we've smoked a few cigars together, I learned something new because you have more stories that end with me saying, wow, than anybody I've ever talked to.
Well, I don't know. I think it seems like it's an overload because I've done different things. Maybe I got bored and went on to the next thing too quick sometimes. But it's engendered a very interesting and fun 50-year career. Yeah, it's been good.
Would you categorize your life as kind of marks of impatience that led you from one thing to another?
There's no doubt about that. I would have start a business, and you go through you have the concept, and then you see it mature, and you see it being successful, and then it gets a little boring to me sometimes, and I've been in some excellent businesses that I should never have gotten out of. The kidney dialysis business and healthcare, I should never have gotten out of that. But once I got it to a certain level with about 8 clinics, the administrators and the nurses and sometimes the doctor were doing all the work. And I was just sort of, being sure the nurses were okay with each other. And settling arguments.
Most healthcare guys don't say, oh, I'm making too much money here and not doing enough work, I better sell out. That's not the typical MO of a healthcare guy.
I know. It was a bad mistake, my worst one ever, but it was just something I shouldn't have done. But yes, impatience does have something to do with me going through 12 different businesses.
12? My goodness.
13.
There's your wow right there, Bradford.
And some of those, this will go into what we're drinking today.
Yeah.
Right? Some of these things are more valuable than others. Some of them cost more than others, but may not have any more value. And we're going to help make that determination with your help today, Lanny, because we've got a whiskey that we have tasted often on this show, maybe one of the biggest surprises we've had with Jack Daniel's Bonded. Yes. We love this.
Yeah, and for bang for your buck, it's what, $35 or so?
Yeah.
It's hard to beat.
And you can find it everywhere.
Right. So it's not really a term, but your per capita drink.
Right.
And that you, if you will, this is a great investment. If you are looking for something wonderful to drink and don't have much money to spend on it, it's Jack Daniel's Bonded right here. This is awesome.
And so let's add $1,000 to that.
Yeah, $1,000.
And drink Pappy 12-year Lot B.
Yeah, if you can find it. So now it's ballpark $1,000, maybe a little less. Bourbon prices are really coming down lately, but if you can find a Lot B, you're going to have to pay for it. You're not going to find it on the shelf. And it's aged 12 years, considerably more expensive. So we got this idea of, hey, is it worth it? We're going to compare the Bonded, which we really love, to the not necessarily a heavyweight title holder, but certainly a heavyweight.
Yeah, and we know both of these to be good, and so we're going to compare them without knowing which one is which.
So we're all blinded. We have just our front back glass here, and we'll see what we like and what we don't like.
Yeah, so why don't you start us off with a smell and a taste? Lanny, grab that front glass there and give it a sniff.
All right.
Put your nose in there, and then tell us what you think. Does it smell like alcohol? Smell like liquor?
A little bit, yeah.
Have you had any moonshine before?
Never. Or bourbon.
East Tennessee guy, you're in Bristol all those years and no moonshine? Is that allowed?
Yeah, we're going to take your man card from you.
So not much of a nose to it. It's a little lighter in color. But just looking at it, I would go out in front and say this first one's going to be the bonded, just because of the color. Not much of a nose to it. It drinks well. I like it. It's very smooth.
Does it drink well or drink good?
It drinks well, because good is an adjective, not an adverb.
I don't know. It's like, do you feel good or you feel well?
You feel well, definitively. There's no
Right,
debate
but
about that.
I agree with you there, but does it
adjectives-
drink good or drink well?
It drinks
See,
well.
I think it drinks good.
Yeah, well, on the
That's
porch, you can...
what he said about the whole thing is what I was going to say.
So you're saying he's right? I thought we were friends.
Not
Lanny.
on
Back
good-
me up here.
Not on good and well. I mean on the nose part.
Oh, what'd you think of it?
It was a little strong for me. More of a. I'm a lot less drinker than this type thing. If I drank that whole thing, you'd have to carry me out of here.
So if it is the bonded, as you said it is,
Yeah.
it's 100 proof. So it is a little.
It is
little
100
heavier.
proof?
Yeah.
Okay.
If he's right. Now, the lot B, I want to say is 94.
I don't remember myself.
94. Oh, wait a minute. I'm looking over here. 90.4. Sorry. So,
Got to get your decimal point.
yeah, it's a little bit lighter. I'm about to taste. On the nose is a little lighter, a little more floral. Grab that second glass behind you. Put your nose in there.
Both are really good. I tell you what, the fact that you have to stop and pause and think about which is which proves the point right there.
Well, but I also would agree that the first is bonded, the second is Pappy, and it's not hard to figure that out. But they're both really good.
Yes. The second one is the lot B. I'm going to go out and agree with you as much as I hate agreeing with you. But you have to stop and think about it. And I think that's the whole point of, while it's nice to have the mystique of drinking lot B, man, you can do pretty good with something much less.
Yeah, with $35, it's a pretty good deal.
You can have a lifetime
Instead of
supply of
1,000,
bonded
right?
for one bottle of lot B.
Lanny, which of those did you like?
I like this one better, and it might have been because it's the second one, the second sip.
You got used to it.
I got used to it a little bit.
There's
But it
truth to
also
that.
had more a nose to it. Is that what you say when it smells fragrant?
Exactly.
I thought it did smell better than that.
And a little smoother going down.
It is smoother going down.
Yeah, lower proof, I think, would add to that. So, yeah. So
Yeah,
you've
that first one bit me a little bit. Is that the 100 proof one?
Yeah.
It is indeed.
Okay.
Yeah, so you've got Pappy taste. That's what that
there
boils
you-
down to.
Yeah, there you go. But you're more of a cigar guy. Where are we smoking today, Bradford?
Well, thanks to our buddy Monty at Mission Cigar, we've got some wonderful Padron 1964 series presidential.
Yeah.
And we thought having Lonnie here, we
need to up our game.
You're like the president, Lanny, having you on.
Oh yeah, okay. Well, I appreciate it.
So-
Padron is one of my favorite.
Well, that's why we got it.
It's in the top two. Have you ever had a Cohiba Bahaiki?
I had Cohiba, but not that particular one.
That's a
Do you have to go to Cuba to get that one?
no, but Europe, or you
Oh.
can get fake ones here.
Okay.
Very good point. I like that, Lane. You're very literal like I am. No, you don't have to go to Cuba. You just have to go someplace outside the United States.
So, Lanny, since you like the Pappy better, you got to have the money to afford it. And I think one of the first stories that you and I talked about is when you made enough money 50 years ago playing a poker game in Vegas to be able to go buy a bottle if you wanted it. Tell me about that.
About the game?
Yeah. And who you played with.
Yeah, my wife, it was the first time I'd ever taken my wife to Vegas. It was like mid-'70s, and it was a different place then, but it is now obviously.
Mob controlled.
Yeah. But we decided we wanted to go down the Sahara and see Johnny Carson's show live. And Johnny Carson, that's how long it's been.
Yeah.
And he was playing live there. Got down there an hour and 15 minutes early, and I saw a table there where they were playing poker, and there was 8 players. Well, it'll take 9 at the table. And I knew one of them, Puggy Pearson, who had won the World Series of Poker already, and he was living out there, but he was from Nashville. He was...
Which is how you knew him, right?
I knew him while he was in Nashville. But anyway, the other players of note were Sailor Roberts, who had won the World Series, and Amarillo Slim, that everybody's heard of.
Yeah,
and
who had also won the World Series.
He's won the World Series of Poker, too. So,
three out of the 8 players before you sat down were World Series of Poker main event winners.
I was impressed. I was impressed to be able to maybe get that seat. And so I got the seat, and it was... I played for an hour and about 5 minutes, something like that. And I'm a very mediocre poker player. I mean, I'm not a winner. I'm a break-even poker player for my whole limited career in that. But I sat down there, and I could not miss. If somebody had a straight, I had a flush. And it was 7 stud. This was before 5 Texas Hold'em was even invented, I think. And we were just playing 7 stud. And if somebody had a straight, I had a flush. If they had a flush, I had a full house. If they had 2 pair, I had trips. It went on like that, and just unbelievable. And any idiot could have done it, could have made money at it.
But it wasn't just any idiot.
No, it was
you.
And my wife was watching, and she was kind of rolling her eyes. And I said, well, guys, I gotta go. I got up played for an hour and got up about $2,800. And I got up, and my wife said, well, how'd you do? And I said, hon, that's the way you play poker. That's the way I play.
Walk away while you're ahead.
Now, and to be clear, so you knew Pug, but the rest of these guys didn't know you.
No.
So when you got up to leave after an hour without giving them a chance to get their money back.
Oh, they didn't care. They didn't care. That they've got so many tourists coming by there trying to beat them that it was a 20-40 game, and that I didn't win that much compared to what could be won or could be lost. And so no, there was no hostility there at all. Now you do find that in local games. If you wanted to play here, you've people running their fists through the wall and getting mad, and be getting mad if you want to leave if you're ahead and all that type of stuff. And so, but there in Vegas, that was small potatoes. But it wasn't small to me, and my wife was going, "Are you serious?"
Well, $2,800 in 1970 something. It was a lot of money.
About 75. Oh, I thought we had a great trip.
Well, and here
you did.
And here you are 50 years later telling a story about beating 3 World Series of Poker winners at the same table. I mean, that's like sitting at the final table at the main event and taking their money.
Well, back then, now they have 10,000 registration for the World Series of Poker. Back then, they had 15 to 18 people entering.
Right.
And instead of paying $10 million for the winner, it was paying $350,000 to the winner. So, yeah, it was a different era. But that was quite an honor to sit down with them. And then for me, all of a sudden, I mean, I could have easily lost $2,800.
And then to roll the clock ahead, I think you were telling me something about maybe 20 plus years ago, getting banned from a hotel for playing a different game.
Well, yeah, I told you I was a very mediocre poker player, but I'm not a mediocre video poker player. I really went to a school out in Vegas for 3 days and learned how to play 3 different games.
And that was around 2000?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
and then I played there for. I would just go out on weekends, but I treated it like a second job. I was going out maybe 8 to 12 times a year and spending the weekend. And I got to know one guy I played with a lot was a neurosurgeon. He would play next to me, and he would fly over from L.A. every Friday and play for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday and go back to work. Anyway, but I made friends with other players that were really doing well. One guy was a nuclear physicist, retired, and he said that he makes more. He plays Monday through Friday, and he makes more out there than he ever made as rocket science.
Would you just on the video poker? Would you just what was your system? You count the cards, or you say you really learned the game well? What's the learn in video poker?
Learning which machines to play and not play.
Oh, interesting.
And then they have different pay scales on them, like so much for a straight, flush, and full house. And if you get one that doesn't pay out well, you might have a 97.2% chance of winning money if you played it for 5 years. If you get one that is what we call full pay, then I have a 0.7% advantage over the house, over the machine, if I play perfect. And now nobody plays perfect. I'm not saying I did, but I was pretty close, and it's just a percentage thing.
So
and I love the math.
You were running the numbers then.
It's just I love the percentages.
And is that how you got kicked out? They realized you're running the numbers on it?
Yeah, my host got that. She was a real nice lady that comped me on everything. She did it on room and food and everything, tickets to shows and everything. Well, she swapped over to tables, to blackjack and dice, and I got a new guy. This old hard ankle guy comes in there, and I play through my weekend, and he's checking me out, and he says, "Lanny, I got to tell you something." And he said, "You got to look at this computer." He said, "This shows 5 years." So I looked at the computer, and sure enough, it was not good for the casino.
But good for you.
It was real good for me, and they'd comped us. My wife and I, or just me, if I was there by myself, they'd comped us $37,000 over a 5-year period, plus what I'd won. And he said, "We just don't do this." And he said, "I'm calling up front to the desk right now, where you check in, and I'm blocking you from renting a room, much less getting a free room. If you come on to pay full price, I'm not going to make it easy for you to play here. You stay somewhere else." And so it was such an honor to get banned from the Palms, and it was really
That's
neat.
great. They banned you, and you're proud of it.
So was it all the casinos or just that one casino? Do they talk to each other back then?
The Palms was independent back then. It's now part of a chain, but they've also changed the machines. None of the machines are beatable.
Yeah.
I don't have 101% chance. I don't have that 1% chance anymore.
So that ended your career effectively.
It ended. I'm not going to play if 5 years is going to show a loss. I'm not going to do it.
Right.
But and you have to know how to draw almost perfectly to each hand, and the training thing that you take is a disc that shows you if you make a draw, the thing pops up and says minor error, and it shows you what you should have done. And so I spent 2 months on that before I ever went back out.
Interesting.
After the school.
At least back then you could game the system then.
It was the only thing I've ever seen that could be beaten out there. And now it can't be.
So the moral of that story is you made enough money to buy the Pappy that you like better, if we're right. And we're going to look at our producer, Puff Daddy, and see, did we guess correctly?
Yes, you guessed correct.
And we did, because we're not experts, but we're not idiots, apparently.
No, yeah. I guess if you keep drinking enough, you finally learn something.
Apparently.
You beat somebody across the head enough, electric shock collar, they learn, hey, this is what you do. Yeah. So cheers to us.
Yeah, and it still, I think, proves out that, we've got 2 really good whiskeys here. And, really, $1,000 and $35. And, you're giving me, Pappy, absolutely thank you all day long. But I love this bonded.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. So if I'm going out and buying the bottle, yeah, go get the bonded. I mean, you had to stop and think about it. I mean, wow, that's impressive. I mean, is Pappy is a lot be better? Yes. Lanny picked it out. He appreciated that, and that kind of proves the point. It's a step up. Is it $1,000 step up? I don't know about that.
Yeah. And, you know, it's interesting because we've talked about bonded on the show seemingly innumerable times. But if you're a brand new listener, I think we had it on the first episode.
Yeah.
And we liked it so well that we have included it fairly often. We did a bonded episode. We had it in. We've done it a number of times. So this is just another excuse to taste something that we really enjoy. So
not that Jack Daniels needs our promotion, but
not at all.
Brown Foreman, send us some likes, maybe some swag, some extra bottles. I don't know, something like that. Send us some love, Brown Foreman.
Have a lighter. I talked too much on that last answer.
I've got
light it up, and then it's probably going to go out because I'm going to get you to talk about something else here in a second, Lanny.
Okay.
If we move the clock ahead just a handful of years, I think we're going to talk about what most people would know you for without knowing why they would know you. And that has to do with, I think you told me November of '77, you made a pretty significant purchase.
Yeah, I've had a partner, and I was just a 50% owner of it, but we bought Bristol Raceway.
It's Bristol, baby!
And it's a quarter-mile track, banked 36 degrees, and when you race in it, I've raced in it, and it feels like you're in a cereal bowl. You know,
you are in a cereal bowl. 36 degrees, you can't run up that. If you're standing on the track, it's not like you can go up there.
So you were racing cars back then.
Oh yeah, I was driving. I had been driving for a good while when we bought. No, not a good while. 8 years when we bought Bristol.
Now, did you ever drive in any NASCAR events, or were you in the step down from those?
I was really a step down. I drove in NASCAR events, but in Baby Grand, but if you remember those, and Sportsman and that type of thing,
yes,
I drove in those divisions some.
Okay.
And in Baby Grand, I had a great time. It was, and the cars at Bristol, you just keep it floored the whole time because the banking isn't going to let you slide up the track, and so
it wasn't a wall to run into. You just keep going up the track more.
Well,
there was a wall literally, but you're not going to hit it. It's hard to get up there.
There's 2 lanes, so you have to be careful you don't just let it drift up. But anyway, it was quite a thing. We had 34,000 seats, and of course now it has 160,000 seats. We weren't on television, the Bristol races, and the only races on TV, and they were on ESPN, were Talladega and Daytona. And those were the ones on TV. So it was a different era there as well. And now we did make some changes that were badly needed in the track, and we numbered the seats. That the people that had it before was a Tennessee senator and a guy that was running the racetrack. They were partners in it, and they had it 17 years, and their crowd was down to about 7,000 in August. Instead of 34,000 sellout, they had 7,000 people showing up, and then people were getting sick and everything in the hot sun because the race was in August, and when you had it on Sunday afternoon, it was sometimes unbearable.
So what was your solution to that for this August race?
We changed to Saturday night and got lights on.
The lights at Bristol.
The lights at Bristol.
So you're the father of the lights at Bristol.
Emma?
You are. They weren't there before.
You're the first.
And no other NASCAR event was running them.
It was our idea my partner and me, to do that, and NASCAR thought it was a great idea. And sure enough, the next Saturday night race we had like 6,000 people that we couldn't accommodate. They were on a waiting list. So we had 34,000 people plus. And so that was a great success.
Do you remember who won that first race under the lights? I don't. but I'm curious if you do.
No, I don't. It was not Dale Earnhardt. He won a lot, but Darrell Waltrip was dominating the track that whole first year and second year until Dale got the hang of it, and so Darrell Waltrip probably won it. I'm not sure though.
We'll go with that. I mean, he won.
He won the
84 races, so we'll go with that.
Well, I think about 9 of them were at Bristol.
I think I've told this story when we did a NASCAR episode. I saw Darrell Waltrip at church, and I was holding my little boy, and I don't know Darrell, didn't know him then, other than everybody knows him. And I said, "Hey, Darrell, I was watching ESPN Classic, and I don't think my son would know who you are if not for that." He went, "I don't think my kids would know either." He said, "What were you watching?" I said, "It was 87 at Bristol." And he recalled that race like it was yesterday.
Is that right?
Yeah, it was remarkable.
Yeah.
He remembered it exactly.
That is good. Well, you know, you're talking about the banking there and the pressure it puts on. Richard Petty, when he raced there, and he was racing at that time, he would screw in an eye bolt over here on his helmet and then put a strap that went under his shoulder, and he would put it under in his armpit, and it would hold his neck when he went. Oh, it was on the left side, but anyway, it would hold his neck from going over like this. And sometimes drivers at the end of that race, they couldn't straighten their neck back up. They had to get a guy to come push it back up. The muscle had just gone.
Wow.
You know,
So fatigued.
But so Richard had that. You know, now Cale Yarborough, he didn't have a neck, so it didn't matter. he didn't need it at all.
So with this great decision to put the lights at Bristol, of course you held on to that track for years.
4 seasons.
Well, that's longer than I thought you had. What got you out of it?
I wanted to go in a different business and was...
You got bored.
It wasn't so much boredom as I'm out there, NASCAR is telling me how much my purse is going to be, and the weather is telling me whether I'm going to have the people in the stands and the race is going to go on or not, and the people on the weather channels are saying 40% chance of rain, and I'm trying to get them to say 60% chance of sunshine.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
yeah.
and they don't do that.
Glass
and
half full.
And it wasn't on TV, so you weren't getting
wasn't
TV
on TV.
money.
I wasn't getting any TV money at all. And so we, in the second year, 78, we bought the Nashville track. And that was the Speedway, the Fairgrounds Speedway.
Yeah.
And we bought that. And basically, most of the money we made at Bristol, we lost at Nashville. It had 16,000 seats.
I think they're still losing that money in Nashville. They're trying to redo it, but I think they're still trying to figure that out.
Oh yeah, nobody's been successful in Nashville since NASCAR moved the Winston Cup race.
Well, I don't know if you have seen this, but just this week they announced that they're going to do renovations, partnering with the city to do renovations to the Nashville Speedway, and NASCAR has committed to come back. And put it
with the big races?
Yeah, put it on the regular NASCAR schedule.
Well, they'll have to add more seats. It was 34,000. We'd make a couple 100,000 for the race, counting concessions and all, and we're just having 2 of them a year, and then we'd come down to Nashville and lose 100,000 a race. And so it was a difficult thing, and I decided I had an opportunity to open some dialysis clinics, and I just sold my interest in the track.
Gotcha.
Both of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
We could talk forever on Two Guys on a Porch with Lanny Hester, and we are, because you have to come back as we continue our conversation with him. More great stories. Stay tuned. Please like and subscribe, rate, all the stuff you do on all the social media platforms. Thanks, guys.
Let us know what your drink and cigar of choice is at TwoGuysOnAPorch.com, and you'll be entered into a drawing to get some Two Guys on a Porch swag